Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be building a image gallery kind of application inside React.js. So for the database side of the things we will be using Firebase at the backend, and we will be using the real-time database which is the latest Firestore, and we will also be uploading images here. You will see this is kind of a Instagram grid like of structure image gallery. So when you hover onto the image, you will see the image in a full screen window here. You can see the image, and then if you click outside this, it will go away. So there is an option to upload the image to the database. So as I reload the page, you will see the images will stay here. So we will have this upload a image here. Let's suppose I upload this image. So there will be a slight animation out there. You will see that this is animation, which is a progress bar, and this is uploaded here. You will see all these images will be there. Let me select this image. So once again, this will have this progress bar, and once again, it will have some animation. And now your image is uploaded here. So basically, we are uploading this image inside our Firebase database. So we are using the Firebase cloud storage for storing these images. So if you refresh the page here inside your React.js application, this is kind of a image gallery kind of a application. So we are storing all these details inside this images section here. If I refresh it, you will now see we are storing all these images inside this array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So also inside Firestore, we are storing the links here of each of the image files here. You will see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all these images, we are storing it, the path of the image. And after this, we are just iterating through inside our application like here, and we are displaying it. So we will be building this application, guys, from scratch. So in React.js. So for building this application, I have written a complete blog post on my video tutorials. So the link will be there inside video description. This is my blog post on codingsiksha.com. This is a blog post, React.js Firestore project. A step-by-step instruction is given with all the source code. So if you want to follow along with the code, you can go to the video description link to get all the source code. So now let's get started, guys. So before this, we need to simply stop this project and create a brand new project. So we will make a directory which is React Firebase project. I will go into this project which is React Firebase project. So just open this inside your favorite text editor. I'm using Visual Studio Code text editor. So right here, guys, the very first thing you need to do is that you need to initialize the npx create react app, and then you can give the app name anything. Let's suppose in this case I give here test app. So whatever name that you give here, it will create a React.js application inside this folder. You will see that now it is installing all these dependencies which are mentioned inside package.json. So this will hardly take 5 to 10 seconds, guys, depending upon your internet connection. So it is just installing all these dependencies which are needed for the project. So just wait, it is installing it. So now node modules file has been created, guys. So now it is installing these React.js. You will see that it has installed it. So inside the source attribute, we have app.js. So instead of this, we need to simply delete this, all this stuff. We don't need this. We also need to delete the logo. So this logo, this file, setup file, we need to delete here. This is for the testing purpose, but we will not be testing the application. So just delete this app.test.js file also. And inside index.js, you need to remove this line which is bringing report vitals, and also this one. That's it. Now to start the application, it is very simple. We need to cd into the folder, and we will simply say that npm start. So this will start a local host server, which will automatically refresh whenever we make any sort of changes. So it is saying, yes, let me open this at 3001. So nothing is there, guys. We haven't written anything here. So right here, if you see here app.js, so nothing is there, so nothing is printed out. So now we will attach the first component which of the application, which in this case will be title. So this will be the title of the component. So as you know, inside source, we will create another component which will be called as comps for shortcut. And then inside this, we will create a title.js file. So right here, guys, what we need to do is that inside the title, if you see, we need to import the React dependency. And after this, we need to make this function, which is const title. We need to return. So we will be giving a class name to it of title. So we will style all these classes in the CSS. So I will not write the CSS, but I will copy paste it and explain to you at the end of the tutorial. So this will be the having this H2 heading, which is firegram. And after this, we will have another heading, which will be your pictures, which are uploaded. So that's all that you want to do inside this title component. Now you just need to export this so that we can use it inside another file, export default title. So just close this file, guys. So now we can include this simply. If you just write the title here, so if in the main file, if you need to import this, it is very simple. So we will simply say that import uh, title. So which file we are talking about? We are talking about this file. So spelling mistake here. So we need to import the title method from this file, which is dot slash, sorry, dot slash components slash title. So from this file, guys, we need to import this. So we have successfully imported this. So now we can use this. So we can simply say title, close it. That's it. Now basically, if you refresh it, hopefully you will see some change out there. Firegram, your pictures. So right here, guys, we need to add the second component, which will be in this case will be upload form. So right here inside comps folder, we need to create a second folder which will allow the user to upload the form, sorry, upload the file. So this will be upload form JS, upload upload form JS. So right here, guys, once again we need to import the React library from the React framework like this. And after this, guys, inside upload form, there will be quite a number of things which will be happening here. So first of all, we will create the function which will be upload form. So right here, guys, what we need to do is that we will declare some variables here for file. We will have set file, and the initial value we will use useState hook. It will automatically get imported from React library, and the default value will be null, guys. So basically we will set the file which is selected by the user, the current value will be null. And then similarly we will have the error message, and set error. This is again, we will be having the use state hook. So we again pass the null here. Initial value will be null. So right here, guys, inside the return statement, if you see here, we need to return something to the user. So right here, inside this div section, we can have a simple form. So inside this form, guys, we will have a simple label. So the label will be simply plus sign, which will, if you click the plus sign, you will able to upload the files using a pop-up window. So right here, we will have an input type of, so this type file, type attribute will be file because we are uploading file here. After this, we will have a close this. So now basically, guys, we are including this in app.js. So we can simply say that import upload form from comms upload form. So it is saying that export default is missing here. So basically, if you see here, we haven't written the export default statement at the very bottom of this component. So right here, we need to write this statement. So we will say export default upload form. That's it. So now if you write this line, guys, you will see a upload button here. Simply if you click this button, you will be able to see here. So guys, if you're watching the channel for the very first time, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel as well. So now what we need to do is that we need to upload this file. So right here inside our component, we will give it a on change. So when the file change inside this component, we will execute a method which will be handle change. So this will be a custom method that we will write here at the top. So this method will basically check which file has been selected by the user, handle change. So this will have the e parameter. So first of all, we will say e.prevent default. This will prevent the auto submission of the form. Or we don't need this. We are not working with forms. So we will simply console log e dot. In order to get the selected file, we will simply say that e dot target. This is a format e dot target dot files. So files is the array. So we only need the first file which is stored inside indexing, as you say, starts from 0. So we will put here 0. So we are just console logging it just to check if it is working or not. So basically, if I go to my inspect element, click on choose files, select this file. So now you will see that, guys, it will have all this information of this file here, which is type, which is PNG file here, size, name, all this information is there. So now we can simply get this information and we can display it. So right here, we can store this information somewhere. So we can simply say that let select it. We have given a value to it. So now we can process this value accordingly. First value, I will just check it that if selected, if selected, if the file exists, and also the second condition is very much important, guys. For this condition, we do need to create a extension. So we will only allow images to upload, allow specifically PNG and JPG. So now to construct this selector, it is very easy without you having to use any sort of third-party library. So right here, if you see, we will declare a const types array. So if you give this to this code here, so we can simply say that the type for PNG is image slash PNG. and for the JPEG it is image.jpeg. So these are the two types here which we need to compare it. So right here guys, we will simply say that if selected, and also the second condition which comes out to be is types include includes types dot includes selected dot type. So that's it. That was the thing guys. So basically it is checking if the file exists, if it is not null, and also it is only a image file, either a JPEG image or PNG image. So it is just checking it. After, we can simply set the file to the selected file in the else block. Now we can simply say that set file will be null. So we can console log this file here, and also we can simply say error message will be gone, set error to nothing. And if any sort of error take place, we can simply say set file to null, and we can simply say set error. So inside this alert message guys, we can simply say to the user, please select only an image file. So that's it guys. This is the function which allows you to upload the images inside the Firebase database. Because you will see this is only interface out there. We haven't touched the backend code up till now. So what we can do is that if I check here, so now you can see we can different take inside this pictures. So after this component guys, now it is working here. Now we will need to create a folder here inside source. So just create this folder guys, and this folder will be having a file called as config.js. This is the information related to your Firebase project guys. So in order to create a new Firebase project, you need to be having a Google account, and after that you need to go to project settings, and right here you will see this is a web app, or you can click on add app and select web application, and you can give it a simple name to your web application, test application. Click on register app, and after that it will, so now this gives you this very critical code whenever you're building for deploy application, you did not have to use it. So let me just copy paste this code guys. So copy and paste it. So inside this config.js file, let me paste it guys. So you will see that at the very top we need to include some dependencies here, which will be Firebase authentic. So sorry, let me do this. So we are talking a file called as firebase.js guys. So I'm just seeing this file where it was. Yeah. First of all guys, we need to import the Firebase actual library, which is from slash Firebase, or we can simply say dot slash. Oh, sorry. Here we just need to include from Firebase slash compat slash app. And after this guys, we need to import actual another module, which is firebase.compact. If you see, we need to surround this inside compact slash. storage. So for this guys, if you see here, we do need to install a module guys. So just stop this server. So we need to install Firebase, which is very much important for this application for as a database, which is Firestore. So just install this. It will hardly take 5 to 10 seconds and it will install it. So if you're watching it for the very first time guys, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel. And one other dependency guys, we are using it. If you in the title itself, I have written this library name, which is Framer Motion. So basically it is helpful for animating applications from different properties. So you don't need to be having graphical skills. You can just use this framework inside your React.js application to make the application even more stand out. So the command is simple, npm I, and the name, I think I have given this name, Framer Motion, Framer Framer dash motion. So npm I install this also, and it will hardly take 5 to 10 seconds. So now it has installed it. So once again I can run the application. So now if you just see here, we have the drop down Firebase slash compact slash storage. Similarly, we need to import Firebase dot compact slash Firestore, the database. So these are the three lines that we need to import, guys. After this, this is your SDK. This will be different for you, so don't copy my information. This is API key authorization domain database URL project ID. This will be different for you. After you initialize your app inside this, so here we can simply say that Firebase dot initialize app, and then we can pass the options which are present here, which is Firebase config. So after doing this guys, it is very easy. We can simply after doing this, we need to create a project storage variable which will get the reference to the Firebase storage which is present inside Firebase.storage method. That's it. Similarly, we will get the project Firestore reference of the real-time database. So this is contained inside Firebase.firestore. So after getting references to cloud storage and Firestore, now we need to export these values guys to different functions so that we can use it. And also we need to give a timestamp. So we will have a timestamp here. So every event occurred which will be captured. So we will simply say that this is equal to Firestore dot field value field value dot server server time. If you see here, server timestamp. So with the help of this code guys, we are getting the timestamp of every snapshot second of the database. So whenever the database returns some values to it, it will also contain the date whenever those data will create it. So now we simply need to export these three variables, which is project storage, project Firestore, and timestamp. And now we can include this application inside the component folder. So this upload form is complete. And right here in the output itself, guys, if you want to print out the output, it is very easy. So if you see here, what we can do is that we don't need to close here. So right here, we can just give it a close right here, just surround this input field. And here we can give a label which is plus. So if you refresh it now, guys, you will see that there will be a plus icon. So now we were writing whenever what happens. So if I try to select a wrong file, I need to show the message to the user. So first of all, inside the curly bracket, we will check if the file is present. Then we need to show. So we can show this inside a output class. Output. So inside this output, guys, we will simply say if the error still exists, and also we will show the error message if any sort of error message has been there. So here we can simply say that we will give it a class error. So div class name error. So inside this we will display the actual error inside double curly brackets. So this simply means that if any sort of error take place, then display that error in the screen. The second thing that we need to display, guys, if the file exists, then we need to show the full case of. So here we will see we will have a div. So now to display this image, it is very simple. We only need to get the name. So we can say file.name. So this will get the name of the image. So now basically if you refresh the application, you will find out what I am saying right here. So we need to run this application at a particular port number, which is 3001. So you will see as I refresh it, it is just starting this server. Some super chat has come here, which is Justin Vargas has given 20 rupees. So thanks very much, bro, for super chatting it. Highly appreciated it. So we will make projects like this. So thanks once again. If you're new to the channel, then please hit the like button. You will see, guys, if I choose a file here, it will show me the name of the file here, which is this one. If I select a different file, this name will change. And if I select, let's suppose a wrong file. Let's suppose I select a video file. Uh, this file I select, you will see please select only a image file. If I select now, let's suppose image file, now this error will change. So now this is working, guys. So we are successfully checking for the image file. The validation is complete. Now we need to add a progress bar here, simple progress bar. So basically, guys, I will copy paste the CSS part. I don't need to write the CSS, full CSS, because this will waste your time. So you can go to the video description link. I have written all the source code, and you will find this CSS file here, which you need to simply copy paste inside your. First go to app.css, simply paste this code which is there, and then you need to go to our index.css file for copy pasting the CSS code for the application. Let me paste it. This is a code here, index.css. This is the actual code, CSS code of the application, styling purposes. So right here, go to index.css CSS and paste it. So this is a code, guys. So now if you refresh it, so you can see this is the button is styled here. You will like this. You can see button is styled. It has got a orange background color. So if you hit this button, this will show to you. So now basically we need to have a progress bar which is shown to the user. So now to have the progress bar, we will inside our upload form. So basically whenever we see this, when the file exists, once again we will have a condition here. So when the file exists, then only we need to show the progress bar to the user, which will be progress bar. We will make a new component here which will be called as progress bar. So we will make a new component with the name of this, and we will pass this as a file prop. So in React you can pass information from one component to other component using props. We will pass two information. First is a file and the second one will be the set file method. Set file, that's it. So now close this. So right here we need to create this component which is progress bar. So right here inside this component, guys, we need to import the React dependency. And as you see, we are sending this two information to this component, which is the file, actual file which is uploaded, and the method which is set file, which allows you to set the file status. Set file. So we are sending all this information, guys. So now we need to write this progress bar. So first of all, we will write this, which is const, and this will be progress bar. So this will be a function, and this will have the two things that is given to us. First is a file, and second is set file. Like this, we can catch this inside our component. So after this, guys, we can simply, uh, if you see here, we will have a simple return statement. Inside the return statement, we will have a div with a class name of progress bar. So this will have a class of progress bar. That's it. And we will give it a style parameter to it. So style will be equal to, so right here what we need to do is that, guys, we need to create a service which will actually upload the file first of all and show the progress to us. So first of all, we need to upload this image to our Firebase project. Then we will get the progress, how much progress is made. For doing this, we need to create a, inside the source property source folder, we need to create another folder which will be hooks. So this, inside this hooks folder, we will create used storage use storage.js. So just create this file, guys, which is use storage.js. So right here we will we will first of all make the service which is const use storage. So inside this file, guys, we will actually get the file, so which the user needs to upload. So we can send this file using our component here, progress bar. So right here we will first of all call this. Inside our progress bar, we need to include this file here. Let me see. So we will call here this use storage. Later on, use storage we will call here. So just make sure that we first of all need to upload this to the Firebase storage. For uploading this, we have written some methods inside our Firebase file here. If you see config, we are exporting these three variables. So now we need to import this inside this file, which is progress bar, sorry, this use storage. So right here we will import these three variables from the file, which is dot slash firebase dot firebase config. So inside this file, guys, we need to get these three variables that we have declared. If you see, project storage, project firestore, and this one. So first one, project storage, project firestore, and timestamp. So these are the three variables, guys. We are importing it at the very top. So right here inside this, we need to upload this image to the Firebase storage. So for doing this, we will first of all declare the hooks variable. First, for this storing the progress, we will say progress, and we will set the method which will set the progress towards. And here we will use the useState hook, useState, sorry, useState. This is a hook that we will use automatically. It will be imported from the React library. So useState. So the current value will be 0 of the progress bar. The second value we will declare is the for the error. If any sort of error take place, set error, and the initial value of this will be null. And thirdly, guys, we will get the actual URL, downloaded URL of the uploaded image. So basically, once you upload the image, you will get the downloaded URL. So similarly, yes, this will be null also, set URL. So right here, guys, basically now we will write our used effect hook. So we will call use effect. It will automatically gets imported right here. You will see that. And inside our use effect hook, guys, so this function will automatically trigger. And now the second property we need to provide here, the dependencies. So basically, whenever these dependencies are fulfilled, then only this function will execute. So right here inside this array, you can provide the dependencies for which you need to. So we only need the file here. If the file is set, if the file has some value, then only we will upload this file here to the database, sorry, storage. So here we will upload the file to Firebase storage, especially not file, we are uploading image. We are working with images, so upload the image to Firebase storage. So this code will be very easy, guys. So first of all, we will have the storage reference. So storage reference, and here we will simply say project storage dot, and inside this there is a method which is reference, and here we will put the name of the file which is contained inside file dot name. So this will create a reference inside the storage reference here. You will see that. After this, we need to put the file. So storage reference dot put. This is a method inside Firebase, and then we will put this file. And after this, guys, this will have a on method. This is a trigger, happens automatically whenever you upload a file. So now there's an event called as state underscore changed in Firebase. So basically, with the help of this, you can get the progress bar value, how much progress is made. So as a third argument, there is a snap object which is returned to you, which is snapshot. So Firebase automatically takes the snapshot every second and it returns to you. So we will calculate the percentage or how much percentage the download has happened. So this can be equal to the snap dot bytes transferred divided by sorry, snap dot total bytes, and we will divide, sorry, multiply this by 100 to get the percentage. After getting the percentage guides, we can set progress, and we will pass the percentage. That's it. This is the thing we need to do is that. And also, if any sort of error take place, we can simply say that this error, if any sort of error take place, then we can simply say that set the error to error like this. And lastly, we will have a third function which will be a async function. So this will be a async function. So after this, it returns a callback function when it is automatically complete uploading the file. This automatically calls it. So image is finished uploading to Firebase storage. So that's why you see this notification function, which is a callback function which automatically triggers automatically whenever image is uploaded. So right here we can get the URL of the image which is uploaded by simply saying const URL, and here we will use the await keyword as this is a async function. So we will simply say storage ref dot download URL, get download URL. After getting the URL, guys, we can also create another field which will be created at, so this will be equal to timestamp. So after this, guys, we can simply set the URL, which is set URL to URL. That's it. So just delete this for now. And basically, we are setting the URL here. You will see that we are passing it. We are setting the URL. So this has successfully uploaded the image to us. So you will see that after you set this, now you need to return something back to the user. So after this, let me just format the document. We need to return something to the user. So for returning it, we will use our this curly brackets. So we will write return. So we will return three things. First is the progress, how much progress is made. Put a comma and the actual URL of the uploaded image, and the actual error if it has taken place. That's it. So now this is complete, guys. So we can move to the progress bar component. So right here inside this, we can call this simply. So if you see this, so we only need the we are sending here. If you see, we are sending three things here, but we only need the two things, which is progress and URL. How much progress is made and the URL. And we will use the use storage. Sorry, use. I think there is method here which is used storage. Oh, I think we haven't exported this. That's why the error has taken place. So right here at the bottom of the screen, you need to export this also. So I really forget this thing to do this. So this is my fault here. So export default, and then you need to type here use storage. That's it. So now we can import this here inside our progress bar, use storage. So this will automatically gets imported. You will see dot dot slash hooks use storage. So right here, guys, we need to, if you see here, use storage, if you see which is a file here, progress bar dot js. So after getting this, guys, we will pass the actual file which needs to be uploaded. So we will pass the file here like this. So we also need to export this component. So export default progress bar. That's it. So now, guys, inside this progress bar, we need to show the progress. It is very easy. Uh, but before that, we need to set the progress. So we will again use the use effect hook. This will get automatically imported from React. So this function will automatically triggers whenever your component loads for the very first time. And first of all, it will check that if URL does exist, then only. So this dependency which will be there in arrays, we need the actual URL of the uploaded image and also set file method. So basically, once the image is successfully uploaded, we need to hide the, or we need to reset the form once again. So for resetting it, we will simply say that set file and we will pass the value null. That's it. So now inside this progress, we simply need to, I have given the progress bar class, and also you can give it a style also. So inside the style property, you can give the width property. So this will be go to the progress. I think this is a width property. You will see that. So the width property will be equal to the progress, and we will concatenate percentage. That's it. So this will increase the width dynamically. You will see that. So I think this is the way by which we assign. If you see, in this way we assign styles to any selector here. I think, yeah. So we are attaching this progress here. You will see dynamically. Let me now test it. So it is saying that progress bar is not defined. So right here inside our app.css, sorry, app.js. So where it is saying that upload form.js progress bar is not defined. So if you, oh sorry, it doesn't exist. So let me write it once again, progress bar. So now if you write this, it will automatically gets imported here. You will see that, guys, dot slash progress bar. So now basically if I refresh it, it is saying that Firestore is not defined. Where is the issue coming here? Let me see, guys. So Firestore is not defined. Config.js in the this line. Let me see. This is the value here, which is, just wait, guys. I am seeing this why it is happening here. Sorry, this needs to be Firebase, guys. So that's why there was a problem. So this needs to be Firebase dot Firestore dot field value dot server timestamp. So this needs to be Firebase dot Firestore dot field value dot server timestamp. So just make this slight modification. So now if you refresh it, it will once again say Firestore is not defined. Firebase dot compat Firestore. So if you go to the video description link, guys, I have written a complete blog post here. Let me copy paste some code here. So if you see here, I have written this code here. Yeah, I think I am making a mistake out there. Let me paste this code once again. So now you can see, guys, it is compiled successfully. Now no error is there. So sometimes it can occur, typing mistake. So now basically if I hit this, now you will see some progress bar is there. So if you see here, I think the file will be uploaded. It will automatically go down. You will see it will. Let me now check here inside my dashboard. If you see my storage here, let me delete all the files which are there here. Let me delete this. Click on delete. So there are no files out there. Let me upload a file here from this application. So click on this, click on upload. So this is the progress bar which is shown here. You will see automatically it is having this. So now let me check here. If you refresh it, your Firebase storage, it will upload this file here inside the dashboard. You can see this is your file here, screenshot4.png. It is successfully uploaded. So now we simply need to display this file, guys, inside our. So what we can do is that uh, right here, if you see here, this is the upload form, and here we are showing our progress bar. So now we need to display this file, which is very much easy. So for displaying it, we need to insert this into Firestore database. You will see Firestore database. We need to insert a collection inside the table, which will store all the links. Let me delete this collection, which is images. So now there is no collection out there. So first of all, guys, you need to go to the rules section, and here you need to give all the rules to read and write. This is a rule here. Just enable your Firestore database, and now once your image is uploaded inside this use storage.js, you will see that once you do this, so right here, once you upload the image to Firebase storage, we also need to get the reference to the Firebase Firestore reference also. So this is the file which is use storage. Let me go to this file. Just wait, guys. Use storage. So the second line, guys, you will see that we need to get the collection ref, and this for this one we will use the project Firestore, and we will get the reference to it, which is dot collection, and we will create a collection called as images. You can call this anything, but I will call this images. It will automatically create this if it doesn't exist. So after this, guys, once the file is published, once the image is published here, you will see if you get the download URL. So now we can insert the link inside Firestore database. So for this, we can simply say that we can first of all create created at. So this will be equal to the timestamp variable which we have exported. So this will hold the current day and time of the uploaded image in a formatted way. After this, we will add this. You will use await, and then we will say collection ref dot we will add a ref collection to it. So this will be equal to the actual URL of the image and comma, and then we will pass the second parameter which is created at, which is timestamp value. After adding this, guys, we can simply set the URL. That's it. So now if you do this, it will once again, if I show you here, so let me delete this image here from the storage. Let me delete this image. Click on delete. So once again start from scratch. So if I upload this image, so now if you see here inside your Firebase storage, this image will be uploaded, and also inside the database the link of the image will be there. If you see here Firestore database, if I refresh it, images collection will be there and one collection will be there, and this is the actual Firebase URL. If you open this URL inside, if you open this, this is the actual URL where the image is hosted here. So we are successfully inserted this URL, which is automatically generated inside our Firestore database, which is real-time database. And this is a created at field here, which is holding the current day and time, March 22, 2022. Time is 4:41 p.m., which is the current time. So in this way, guys, we are inserting the URL also inside the database. So after doing this, guys, so what we need to do is that now we need to display this images inside our screen. So for displaying it, it is very easy, guys. What we need to do is that after doing this, we will move to the parent component here, which is app.js. You will see that this is a component. After upload form, we will add another component called as, if you see, uh, I will add another component which will called as image grid. So we will be having this component which is image grid. So we will create this component inside our this components folder, which will be image grid.js. So in this, the images will be displayed in an Instagram grid-like structure, that is three images per page, sorry, three images per line, followed by next three images in the next three line. So right here we will include this inside this. If you see image grid, so first of all we need to export this, so that's why it is not coming here. So if you go to the image grid component, guys, let me write this image grid. So basically this component will be used to display the images. Sorry, image grid, yeah. So first of all we need to import the React dependency, guys, inside this at the very first line, and then we will make this function which will be image grid, and the very first thing we will do is that we will export this. So export default image grid. So just do it, and now we can include this inside our parent component image grid. So this will get automatically imported from this here, you will see that. So right here, guys, what we need to do is that we need to pass some information to it, which will be the, so here we need to pass the selected image. So right here, if you see here, we will declare a const inside our parent component, which will be selected image comma set selected image set selected image, and we will use the useState hook, guys. useState So it will automatically get imported from the top here. So the current value will be null, guys. So you will see that current value is null. So right here we will pass this method to this component which as a prop. So this method will be set selected image. So we will pass this method like this: set selected image is equal to selected image. And after this, guys, what we need to do is that inside image grid we are passing this method here. You will see selected image. So now we need to catch this method. It is very simple. So we will simply say this inside curly brackets, which is set selected image. So basically this is the method we are extracting here. So now we need to display this image on the screen. So now to display this, it is very simple. We will declare const docs, and inside this, sorry, we will get this docs from a service which will be returning all the data to us, which will be equal to use Firestore. We will create this service, so use Firestore, and we will pass the collection name here, which is called as images. So basically it is just saying that give me all the images which are contained inside a collection name as images. So this is the images here. So now we will use this service, which we will create it inside the hooks here, the hooks folder. So we will say use Firestore, firestore.js, firestore.js. So basically this service will be responsible for fetching all the images from the database. So this is very much useful. So we will be extracting inside the docs variable. So now we need to create this service. It is very much useful. If you see here, huge storage. So the first thing we need to do is that once again we need to import all the things that we imported from this firebase.config file. So inside this we got our use storage, use. If you see here inside this, we will just copy this line and paste it. So we are imported all these three variables which we have defined inside this file. So you will see that. So that's all we are doing here. After this, guys, we need to instantiate our, which is called as use Firestore, I think. Uh, where it is called, let me see. Use Firestore, yeah, this one. So we need to create a method here which is called as use Firestore, and this will be having the collection name passed to it. So basically the collection name will be passed to this component as a prop here. You will see that. So right here we will first of all declare a docs, set docs. So this is the use state hook we will use here, and basically inside this, guys, we this will be currently be empty. So this will be a array of records which will be returned. And right here we will use the use effect hook, guys, which will automatically run whenever you have this dependency which will be inside this array. If you see here the use state hook, if the collection is there, if the collection name is passed here, if the collection is set, then automatically this use state hook will trigger. So now the very first thing we need to do is that we need to surround this using a variable here, which is, you can give any variable name here. So we will use the project Firestore variable and then use the collection method here inside this, and we will pass the collection name, which is collection here like this, which is passed to us in the component. And you can just write like this. So if you just see here, just make it like this. After this, I will initialize to the variable. So this the collection here, it's the actual collection. We will also order by descendancy, because we want the latest pictures to be shown first. So we will order it by created at, this is a date field here, and this will be equal to descending order. And there is a on snapshot. So basically it will give you the whole snapshot of the table. So snap. So inside this, guys, what we need to do is that we will declare a documents array which will be empty by default, and here we will use the for each loop. So we will use the for each loop. The array in this case is snap. So here we will say that for each document, we will get the data. So we will simply say that documents dot push, and we will push to the previous entries, which is simply, we will have an object here, dot dot dot. This is the operator here, which is doc dot data, which will actually get the data, and then the id, which is id is equal to doc dot id. That's it. So after this, guys, simply you need to set the documents here, which is set docs, which is a use state method, and here we will simply pass the documents. We will initialize it to the documents here. That's it. That's all you need to do, guys, inside this simple method. We are fetching the whole connection here. We are ordering it by descending order. Then we are taking the full snapshot. We are using the for each loop, taking the actual data, taking the ID of the data, and then lastly setting it to the use state function here like this. So once again, we need to surround this in using a method here, sorry, field here like this, variable name. And lastly, if you see, after this, we just need to say return. You just need to write this line. It is very much useful. You need to call this function right here, unsubscribe. So what you call this variable name, just call this function, that's it. This is very much important. So now this file is complete, guys. So at last we need to return something. So we can return the documents, actual documents, which is return docs. That's it. We are returning the actual docs here like this. And now, guys, we are getting this inside our, you will see that we are getting this inside the image grid component. So image grid. So we have successfully got our docs here. So you will see that image grid component. After getting this docs here, we will return something here. We will show the images on the screen. So here we will have a div which will have a class name of image dash grid. So all these classes are already styled here inside the CSS file. You can just find out the styles. And here we are checking if the docs are set. Then we will display our, we will map, we will make sure we will use the maps operator, as this is an array. For each document, we will show a div which have a class name of image dash wrap. So just close this div here. We need to give it a key parameter, which will be the actual ID that we have, dog.id. That's it. And basically it is saying that when we click it, so yeah, after this div here, inside this div, or you can say that inside this div, we will have a image tag. So you can put this tag here like this. So inside this, we will have a image tag. The source will be equal to doc.url. So that's it. So we can give it a alt parameter to it of uploaded pic, and that's it. Just close this. So now if you see here, if you just see, open your browser, you will see some error is there which is saying used Firestore is not defined. Imagegrid.js, it is saying use Firestore is not defined. Imagegrid, use Firestore. Oh, sorry, we need to use Firestore. We need to export this also. So every time I forgot this line to add, export default, use Firestore. So now we can use this. Simply type use Firestore. That's it. So this is the actual service which is deployed here. Use Firestore. It is not. Let me refresh it once again. Sometimes it can happen. So now you can see no error is there. So if I now refresh, so it is uploaded. Let me see here. Some error is there. Let me see. Image grid, nothing was returned for from render. Let me see. Return. If you see the set selected image, if you see that, this is the return statement. Just wait, guys. I'm just seeing this. Why it is taking this error? I think there is some kind of error out there inside the loop. So if you see here, I think I got this error. This needs to be yeah, parentheses, parentheses. So what can I do is that, guys, I can simply copy paste this code here which is given for image grid tag. If you see, I have written all the source code in the video description. I think some kind of typing mistake is there, so that is why it is taking this. I don't want to waste your time, so I just need to. I think this is the problem here, so let me paste it here. This is a return statement. Yeah, let me paste it. So right here and right here. Paste it here. So this needs to be a div here, image tag. So now hopefully it will. So let me remove all this. So now let me see if it is working or not. So now guys, you will see it will display this image here automatically when you load the page for the very first time. It is grabbing all the images which are there inside the database. So you will see only one image is there. If I refresh it, so if you see two images are there, let me just delete all this collection here. Start from scratch. So let me delete this. So delete, and the storage here also I delete all the images which are present. Click on delete and start from scratch. So basically if I now upload an image here, it will have this progress bar animation here. You will see that. So now this image will be uploaded. Just wait. Image is uploaded. If you refresh now, this image will stay because it is coming through database. Once again I select the second image, it will upload this. So now there will be two images out there. Uh, why it is showing only one image? Let me see. Uh, why it is showing only one image? Let me see. Let me paste this code also, guys. I think some kind of mistake can be happen. If you see use store method, use Firestore. Let me paste it this method here. So paste it, and this image grid also. Let me paste it once again. This image grid. So the link of all the source code will be there inside video description. So let me delete this. So if I refresh it, use firestore.js does not match the corresponding name of disk. Use Firestore. Use Firestore. Use Firestore. Use Firestore. Use Firestore. So now let me see. So now you will see that guys, automatically these two images are shown to the user because if you see inside the database, if I show you the database, exactly two images are there. You will see that two images are there. So basically if I add one other image here, third image, the progress bar will be there. Automatically this image will be added here. If I add the fourth image, it will once again add this image, the fourth image, like this. So now basically I need to click on the individual image to open it inside a model window. So this will be very easy. We need to create a simple component for this, which will be model.js. So just create this. We will once again import the React library from React, and also basically we will create this, which we will create this component function, and right here inside this component section, guys, we will receive two properties, which will be set selected image and selected image. So these two methods which we'll be receiving, first is this is a method and this is the actual image which is selected. So basically here inside this component we will return a basically we will return here a div which will have the class name backdrop. So these are all the bootstrap, oh sorry, CSS classes which we have defined. So basically when you inside this we will have an image, and the source will be equal to the selected image. So close the image tag. That's it. And now basically if you click this div tag here, if you click on click, we will say handle image click. So here we need to create this function here at the very top here, const handle image click. This will be a function. So right here, guys, this has the e parameter automatically passed to it, which is event parameter. So basically we will check that if the div is clicked or not. So we can check it inside e.target dot class list and dot contains. So we need to just search for the class called as dot backdrop. So basically it will exactly tell me that if this div is clicked or not. So if the div is clicked, then only we need to set the selected image to null. We need to close the window, the pop-up window. That's it. So now this component is ready. We need to export this component. So export default modal. So right here we need to include this inside our image grid. So inside our, if you see here, where we need to include this, I think we need to include this. This component, we need to include this in the parent component, I think. Yeah, I need to include this inside parent component. Just go to the app.js. This is app.js. So right here, after you upload it inside the image grid, we will first of all check that if the selected image is selected, then only we will show this modal window. And so the component name is simply, so we will say that modal. So this will get automatically included here. You will see model from components model. So here we need to give two properties to it. First is the which is the image selected. So we will say that selected image, and also we will pass the method which is set selected image which is equal to set selected image. That's it. That's all, guys. If I think the application is now complete, hopefully if I test it now, if I click on the individual image, let me see if it is working. It is not showing it properly. Let me again do it. Set, I think if you see, we have passed this set selected image here also. Set selected image to set selected. Oh, sorry. Here we need to pass set selected image. We have passed it set selected image. So just make this slight modification. We are passing this set selected image. And right here, we haven't, this needs to be, let me go to the image grid component here. If you see, we haven't made this modification. This one, if I go to my source code, in the video description, you will see that what I'm talking about. This one, where is the file? Let me see. Let me see. Image grid. So here, this is a file, guys. So right here. So yeah. When we click this, so we need to bind this URL here. So when we click this image here, inside on click, inside this div here, we need to bind this on click here, like this, like this. So we are setting the selected image, whichever image is selected here, we are putting the URL of the image here. That's it. So after this, so whatever is the selected image, we are opening it in the modal window. So now, if you refresh it now, hopefully this should work. Now the image is opened in a modal window. You will see, if I click the image, nothing will happen. If I outside click here, this will, hopefully it should close, but it is not closing it. Let me see why it is not closing it. Set selected image. This is the modal one. Backdrop, handle image click. I have written this code here, guys. So I think, let me paste it code. This is the modal. I think this is modal.js. Where is the modal.js? Let me see. If you're watching this video for the very first time, guys, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel as well. So you will see that I think we are making some kind of mistake out there, which is, so once again, if I refresh it, let me see, guys, what is the problem. Let me match the code here step by step. Handle click. If e dot target class list dot contains the backdrop, then the selected image will be set selected image will be null. Mm, let me paste this code, guys. I have sent this code. I have this code written here. Let me. I will take some time of yours. So this is a code I have written here. So you will see this full code. This is for the model here. Let me paste this code here. Sometimes typing mistake can happen, so that's why you will see. So now if you refresh it, so now you can see. Now if I click on the image, it will not close. If I click outside, it will close. So now, guys, the application is complete. Now we can add some animation to it. So for animating the application, we are using a application, sorry, frame motion. So this is the website we are using it. So we are install the library framer motion. So to apply this, it is very easy. So first of all, we will apply to this image tag. So we can apply to the image tag very simply. If you just see here, right here, we need to import this library at the very top, import motion from framer motion. So now to make this tag, we can change it to motion.div. So just make the slide modification to have this. There are some properties out there which you can do this. The first property which allows you to the initial property, initial animation. So this will take any CSS property that you want to pass to. So we will take the opacity property. We will animate from 0 opacity to 1 opacity. So opacity now will be 1. So that's it. And for the image, we will now again do the same thing, initial. And this time I will target the Y property, Y axis, and here we will give a minus 100 VH, and then we will animate it to its actual position y is equal to 0. So now you will see some kind of animation happening, guys. So if I refresh the application, so basically if I click the button, you will see some animation is happened like this. So in this way you can create this animation. So same thing we can do this for if you see, same thing we can do it for all the components. We can have the image grid component attach. You can see, you can go to the image grid component. So once again include this line and just again make this motion.div tags and also motion.image. And for the this one we can put a layout property here. So this is a very good property which is layout, which makes it very much which makes it very much smooth. So if you add this also, so what will happen is that if you upload it, let's suppose a new image, so now you will see how it automatically have a good animation. Very, you see this animation in Instagram also, or any sort of image gallery kind of application. So very subtle animation happens. You will see that like this. So by adding the single property, we can achieve this effect. So the next one is very simple, which is when you hover onto the image, while hover, all these properties are there. So you can change the opacity level of the image to 1. That's it. So if you refresh it now, so now basically if you hover onto an image, so you will see opacity is changed here, some effect is there. You will see that. So another thing you can do this on the images part. What you can do is that we can have an initial property. So this will be equal to the opacity, which will be equal to 0. Initial property opacity will be equal to 0. Then we have our animate property. This will animate to opacity to 1, and we will have a slight delay here. We will have a slight delay, which we can do this using transition. So transition, basically inside this we will have a delay property which will be having 1 second of delay. So now if you see that, guys, if you add a next image, so slight delay, and now you will see that now it has automatically fades in like this. This is a thing here. And last but not least, we will have the progress bar animation. Basically you will see there is no progress bar animation. It typically has no progress bar animation. You will see. So we will go to the progress bar module here like this. So once again, what you need to do is that inside the progress bar, if I see the progress bar, where is this progress bar? Yeah, here. So once again, we need to convert this to a motion.div like this. So we can import motion from frame or motion like this. So right here, what we can do is that instead of writing like this, we can write like this. So the initial will start 2. So the width will be 0, and this will animate up to the width, which will be dynamic. So in this case, it will be progress plus percentage. That's it. That's all, guys. This is whole application which is there. If you now see the progress bar animation, you will see it has now got this subtle animation. So this is a fully featured image gallery application that we have developed inside Firebase and React.js application. For the Firebase, we have used Firestore database, real-time database, and the cloud storage. All the source code regarding the application, guys, I have given in the video description link. Just go to it and download all the source code. And thanks very much for watching this video. And I will be seeing you in the next video.